Indian history, when you talk about the Indian history, it's very much having a similarity between the cricket history also. Because the common thing between the two history is that both the sport were brought to India by the Britishers. Especially if we talk about football, it was the British Army which was there here in India during the colonial rule, which brought football from their own native place to India. Because you remember, we have discussed and you have just answered that Football Association England FA. England FA was formed in 1863. So after the English FA was formed, the football was more of organized. It started becoming organized. It has rules now, yeah. And after that, when the English army regiments, which were placed in India at various, especially in Calcutta, because that was the capital at that point of time. Okay, so at the Calcutta was a place where a lot of football was introduced by the regiment. It was not the Indians who used to play; it was always between the various regiments which they used to compete. Yeah, and if you talk about the Indian clubs, especially in the 1880s. Remember, I'm again mentioning the year 1880s. 1860, 1863, English Football Association was formed. Okay, and within 17 years, we had 17 to 20 years, we had a club. We have clubs in India, and these Mohan Bagan and Mohammedan Sporting were Indian clubs. Before that, we have various other clubs also, which was managed by the Britishers. Okay, I'm talking about the Indian clubs here. Otherwise, if you talk about Calcutta club, that was like in 1700, Calcutta Cricket and Football Club. It was started way back in 1700 something. Yeah, and but it was not an Indian one. That was totally for the British. And various Leander Pace, Saurav Ganguly are all members of that Calcutta club. But Indian club, if you see it about, these are two very prominent names which comes and which need to be mentioned. That is, firstly, it is Mohan Bagan. Mohan Bagan, which these two clubs are from Calcutta, because Calcutta was the place wherein, due to that being the capital of India during the British rule, a lot of football was developed there. And Mohan Bagan, it was formed in 1869. And for modern sporting, the actual year is not known, but it is believed that it was established somewhere in 1891. Now, when you talk about Mohan Bagan, it is not Mohan Bagan Football Club, it is Mohan Bagan Athletic Club. And these the clubs are before saying something, I should answer one question. Many of you might be thinking why I have not mentioned one prominent name, that is East Bengal. Yeah, Mohan Bagan 1889, Mohammedan Sporting 1891, and East Bengal formed way back after the formation of Mohammedan Sporting and Mohan Bagan, that is in 1924. Yeah, so I'll be mentioning about the East Bengal later on. But these are two very prominent names from the Indian context, and these were not just clubs. The best part is that they were not mere clubs. They were more than club. They were more. They were an institution itself. If I talk about especially the Mohan Bagan, if there are students here from the eastern part of India, they surely will be knowing of the meaning of Mohan Bagan. And Mohan means sweet, and Bagan is a group, a sweet group. Okay, which was formed in 1889, not to play just football. As I mentioned, that it was Mohan Bagan Athletic Club. This was a group supported supported by the uh, aristocratic Bengali populations, the rich and the intellectual people who were fully supporting it out, because this was a club wherein the the youth, the Bengali youth were added into it, and the um, what do you call a honest youth was developed into it. Okay, and it is a fact which is recorded in the history. Those youth, only those youth participated in Mohan Bagan or played for Mohan Bagan, who did not, who were very obedient, sincere, and committed. These youth who were in colleges but failing in subjects, youth who were indulged in alcohol and smoking, were never allowed to play for Mohan Bagan. That was the reason why I mentioned that in history it is mentioned that Mohan Bagan was not just a football club. It was an institution in itself. It was it had a major role in developing the youth at that point of time, and that is 1889. Okay, and 80 after 100 years, 1889, that is 1989, Bengal government declared it as in its centenary year, declared it as a national club of India, and they also came up with a postage stamp also. It okay, so that was a role of the Mohan Bagan at that time. Okay, and it was totally supported by the influential peoples of Bengal. So it was, even today this is existing, and not only football, it is existing as a Mohan Bagan Athletic Club with cricket and all and various other sports still being played. Wherein in this whole process, yes, for the recreational purpose, it was started at that point of time, and then now today it is into it as a professional club also. Yeah, on the side of the Mohan Bagan, it's it's worth to mention Mohammedan Sporting. Mohammedan Sporting, which came just after Mohan Bagan, was again formed by the Bengali youth, but this consisted mostly of the Muslim population, Muslim Bengali populations, and it was also formed in the same line on which Mohan Bagan was formed, to create a disciplined youth, to create a disciplined Muslim youth who used to come together, play as a recreational sport, yeah, and do participate in the competitions around at that point of time. You just think about it. Football was not just introduced to play as a it started as a recreation surely, but not only just as a recreation, it was uh, a very important medium to create and develop a constructive youth. That was the importance of sports, even more than 100 years ago, around about 150 years ago. This was a thought process of it. Just think about how important sports was. Yeah, and later on you'll also find that today, because you also listen to this name East Bengal. It came after around about 40 odd years, that is in 1924, and this East Bengal was formed by uh, it's most of you may be knowing, and for most of you it might be something very new. It was formed by the working class people who belong to today's Bangladesh, that is East Bengal. That is why the name is East Bengal. At that time, 1924, it was no, it was a one Bengal. So before the pre-independence partition, it's mostly people from that part of the Eastern Bengal region. They used to come to Calcutta to work, and the working class people, they formed a fan clubs, okay, named as East Bengal. And after their uh, factory works and all, and during the holidays and all, they used to they used to meet at Calcutta itself and used to start playing football. And slowly they were such a big fans of football that they formed a club called in the name of East Bengal, which is even existing today. But what these clubs were doing it out. If you just see about the domestic tournaments, the three tournaments are worth mentioning and worth remembering, especially the IFA, Rovers, and Durant. You just, if you just over the screen, just observe it. Over the screen, if you just observe, just don't observe the name of the tournament, observe the place or venue of the tournament. In 1800s, the three tournament, the venues of the three tournament, if you observe, you see even more 120 130 years back, we had tournament at different part of India, and this is very important. We had Durand Cup at northern part of India, that is Shimla, in 1888, which is today it is the third oldest existing running tournament, third oldest tournament in the world. Okay, and it is just few years older than the world's oldest tournament, that is FA Cup. Yeah, and but again this was played by the organized, started by the English British Army, and this was being played also by the various regimental teams, but this started in Shimla, and Shimla was a very important hub for the British Army. And the another tournament, that is Rovers Cup, was also started by the British football fans, British football followers at that point of time, that is 1891 in Mumbai. Rovers Cup today in 90, I think last Rovers Cup was played in 1990 or 1992, last Rovers Cup, and for the last 30 years it's not been played. But this Western India Football Association, that is the footballing body of the Mumbai, is trying to revive this Rovers Cup again. Okay, so there is a very good effort from the Mumbai Football Association to initiate the Rovers Cup, which is not played anymore. But this is, was a very, very prominent and a very important tournament at that point of time. And the third was the IFA. You need to remember Indian Football Association, IFA. IFA, Indian Football Association. Even today, IFA is the governing body of the Mumbai football. Okay, so the governing body of Mumbai football is not known as, oh sorry, governing body of Bengal. Governing body of Bengal is not known as Bengal Football Association. It is rather known as Indian Football Association even today. Those students or participant in this session, if they belong to Bengal, so, and if they have some connect with the football, they will be able to easily understand or recognize or connect themselves with the name IFA, Indian Football Association. Okay, in IFA Shield, there is a spelling error. The L is not there. Sorry for that. IFA is Indian Football Association, which is the governing body of the Bengal football even today, which was formed in 1893, and they started the IFA Shield Cup in Calcutta. And before the All India Football Federation was formed in 1937, IFA was the ex facto governing body of the Indian football. Okay, it was because Calcutta was the capital at that time. IFA was in Calcutta. There was no as a concept like India at that point of time. So within that British territories of at that point of time, so IFA was looking after the football, yeah, of the whole nation. So IFA, Rovers Cup, and Durand was the three important tournaments at that point of time. And any team winning the three, like Grand Slam, it was something like Grand Slam. All the three, it was a fantastic achievement. And every team during those times used to had the ambition of winning the all three titles in a row. Okay, of an year. Yeah, so these three were very prominent. Uh, but That doesn't mean that football was just confined to Calcutta, or it was beyond Calcutta. It was just confined to Durand Cup in Shimla and Rovers Cup in Mumbai. No, this is very important for you, because even when AIFF was formed, there were six member states. When AIFF was formed in 1936, okay, which I'll be mentioning, and why I'm mentioning six were there. If you see, football was there beyond Calcutta also, and apart from Shimla and Mumbai, where the British fans have started the Rovers Cup and the Durand Cup, at various other parts of the nation also football was popular. For example, Bangalore. Bangalore, especially Bangalore Muslim Club. I mean, most of you may be surprised to know that, to hear that. Um, the Bangalore Muslim Club. Bangalore was the capital of Mysore state at that point of time. During 1920s and 30s, there was such a strong team that in 1948 London Olympics, when India played in the Olympics, football Olympics, six players were from the Bangalore Muslim Club. Six players of one team at that point of time, and I'll be mentioning in the upcoming sessions regarding that too. Apart from Bangalore, Hyderabad. Hyderabad in 1920s, especially the Hyderabad City Police, which were at that point of time they were known as City Afghan, had fantastic team, very strong team. They were a very strong force in Indian football, and even Hyderabad City Police had ample amount of players who have represented India, especially S.A. Rahim. Okay, S.A. Rahim was one of the very prominent members of Hyderabad. Later on, he became the coach of the Indian football team, and his son Hakim, Hakim sir was from Hyderabad. He also played for the Olympics, and later on he was also into the coaching, and Hakim sir was the son of S.A. Rahim. Hakim sir himself an Olympian. Even for your just an information, he was the sports officer for Jamia University, and he was there at Amity also. Lot many points. Those who were the senior students have the opportunity of meeting Hakim sir. And last week he also had COVID, so he was hospitalized, and now he's okay and fine. So this was a Hyderabad legacy at that time, 1920s. And not only Hyderabad, if you talk about even Madras, 1894, Madras Gymkhana started the tournament. Okay, 1894, Madras Gymkhana initiated a tournament with around about 10 teams. So the Tamil Nadu was not there. It was Madras, it was Mysore, Madras, United Front. These were the uh, these states, so-called states before the independence. Okay, and in this, Madras played a very important role, especially the Madras Gymkhana Club. Okay, even at that time, along with Calcutta, okay, this Madras Gymkhana also started tournament. You see, remember the date, 1894, when IFA was started in 1891, and Rovers 1893, and Rovers in 1891. 1894, Madras also started with the tournaments. Okay, and yes, another important thing. Many of you might think that Delhi for Delhi football started at a late stage. No, most of you who are staying in Delhi, who belong to Delhi, who are associated with Delhi, should be proud to know that Delhi was among the founding members of All India Football Federation, and Delhi also had one of the oldest clubs, that is, for example, Young Men Football Club. Young Men Football Club was formed in 1895, and those who are not connected with football, for them it is an information. Young Men FC, even today, the Young Men FC plays football, and it is in the DSA league. the members of the Young Men FC are still from the old Delhi part. Okay, and if you can go, you can still meet them, their grandfathers and all, in during the 1890s, 95s, and early 1900s. They were the strong pillars who made the football popular in Delhi. Yeah, so this is one of the example in that is Young Men FC in 1895. In 1900, there were many more clubs, and Amity is also owning a club in Delhi, that is Indian Nationals. Indian Nationals, which is a club of 1920s, which is again one of the very very old clubs which we have it up. So beyond, in short, what we're discussing is that football was not just confined to Calcutta, or it was not just confined to the one major tournaments conducted by British Army at Shimla called Durand, or by the football lovers of Mumbai in the name of Rovers Cup. Yes, other parts of India also football was popular. Okay, especially the Bangalore, Hyderabad, Madras, Delhi. If you just collectively, if you put all these cities and states together, you'll say there was no part wherein football was not held. Largely. Okay, at every part football was going on. So in, and this is the time, it is 1894, 1895, and early 1900, when the football popularized India, and it was not too late from the beginning, from the starting point of football association in England. Okay, so India has a very strong historical background, and the FIFA and the world football appreciates and accepts this history. Yeah. Okay, so let's meet in the next session. Thank you. Thanks a lot.